While 2026 finally delivers, Netflix, Max, and Prime Video have dropped some seriously epic fantasy shows. The kind that go beyond expectations and pull you into massive worlds filled with magic, mystery, and breathtaking visuals. These aren't just shows, they're the ones that are about to redefine fantasy itself. So get ready, because we're diving straight into the top 10 fantasy series you absolutely need to watch. When a nation is on the brink of destruction, can one young sorcerer rise and change the course of history? The story takes place in a brutal era where relentless attacks are pushing an entire kingdom toward collapse. Amid this chaos, a boy is born, one destined to inherit powerful magic. As enemies grow stronger and the world believes he's gone forever, he returns from the edge of death. But his mission isn't just survival. He sets out to unite broken lands and warring factions, to build something greater, a new empire that will reshape the future. Yet standing in his way is an overwhelming force of enemies, ready to destroy him before his destiny can unfold. Can one sorcerer stop a war and build a kingdom from the ashes? Or will he be crushed before his story even begins? If you love dark magic, epic battles, and historical fantasy thrillers, this is a series you shouldn't miss. The series is the Pendragon Cycle, Rise of the Merlin, available to stream on Daily Wire Plus. What happens when the hunger for power turns your own family into monsters, and even the seas run red with blood? The story follows a royal dynasty where a brutal war has erupted within the family itself, all for control of the Iron Throne. Now the conflict is reaching a terrifying new level. A massive war is about to unfold across the seas, one of the deadliest battles in history. In this dark game of power, some rise with the might of fire-breathing dragons, while others bring armies from frozen lands, ready to burn everything in their path. Betrayal, ambition, and vengeance collide, creating a storm of bloodshed that could destroy an entire empire. Will anyone survive this war of fire and betrayal, or will this family tear itself apart in the pursuit of the throne? If you love dark fantasy, political power struggles, and epic war stories, this upcoming season is something you can't miss. The series is House of the Dragon Season 3, coming soon as an HBO original on Max. What if a city that looks completely peaceful is secretly hiding a deadly game behind its walls? The story follows a young boy with extraordinary powers and his friends on a mission to save the world from total destruction. Their journey leads them to a massive, fortified city, a place that seems safe, almost perfect. But soon they uncover a terrifying truth. The entire system of this city is built on a dark and dangerous lie. At the same time, a ruthless and unstable princess is hunting them down, determined to destroy them at any cost. Their only hope lies in a rare solar eclipse, a moment when their enemies will lose their powers. But before that moment arrives, death is already closing in. Can they expose the truth and save the world in time? Or will they fall victim to the princess and the secrets hidden within the city? If you love magic, deep conspiracies, and high-stakes action adventures, this is a season you absolutely can't miss. The series is Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 2, arriving on June 25th, 2026 on Netflix. What if the ruler of dreams had to descend into hell itself to save the ones he loves? The story follows a powerful god of dreams who sets out to correct a mistake from his past, even if it means facing the demons of hell. Inside hell, he's handed a key, one that holds unimaginable power. And the moment it changes hands, chaos begins. Demons, gods, and ancient forces all rise, desperate to claim it. As the war intensifies, he begins a journey to find a long-lost sibling who vanished centuries ago. But in the process, he makes a dangerous choice, one that awakens deadly forces far beyond his control. Now the very embodiments of death are hunting him down, and there's no escape from what's coming. Can the King of Dreams survive the wrath of these unstoppable forces, or will he be destroyed by the very fate he tried to rewrite? If you love dark magic, gods at war, and mind-bending fantasy thrillers, this is a series you absolutely can't miss. The series is The Sandman, streaming on Netflix. Every 27 years, when this terrifying clown awakens, an entire city is left drowning in fear. The story begins with the mysterious disappearance of a young boy, spreading panic across a quiet town. Determined to find him, a group of friends sets out on a dangerous path. But what they uncover is far more horrifying than they imagined. This isn't a normal kidnapper. It's an ancient, shape-shifting entity that feeds on fear. And just when things couldn't get worse, the military steps in, trying to capture this creature and turn it into a weapon. But attempting to control something that has hunted humans for centuries might be the deadliest mistake of all. Can anyone stop this nightmare before it consumes the entire town? Or will this evil force turn everything into a blood-soaked nightmare? If you love dark horror, eerie mysteries, and spine-chilling suspense, this is a series you shouldn't miss. The series is It, Welcome to Derry, coming to Max and Prime Video. What happens when a brutal war reaches your doorstep, and saving your family means risking everything? The story follows a husband and wife who return home after years, hoping for peace, only to find themselves caught in the middle of a violent and unforgiving war. Now the battle isn't far away anymore, it's right at their door. Their entire family is dragged into a deadly conflict where survival becomes a daily fight. But the real danger doesn't just come from the enemy outside. Dark secrets from their own past begin to surface. Secrets powerful enough to tear their family apart forever. On one side, a ruthless army stands ready to destroy them, and on the other, together, the truth within their own home becomes just as deadly. Can this family survive the war and the secrets that threaten to break them? Or will everything they love be lost in the chaos? If you love historical drama, emotional depth, and dark secrets wrapped in intense storytelling, this is a series you shouldn't miss. The series is Outlander Season 8, available on Netflix, Lionsgate Play, and Prime Video. What happens when you step into the most dangerous sea in the world, and death is waiting for you at every turn? The story follows a group of friends sailing toward their dreams, into waters where every wave feels like a threat. But their journey quickly turns deadly. One of their own is pushed to the edge of survival. Desperate for help, they land on a frozen, haunting island ruled by a ruthless king who sees them as prey. And just when things couldn't get worse, they discover something even darker. The world's most dangerous criminal syndicate is now hunting them down, and this time there's no escape. Can they survive the deadly sea, the frozen nightmare, and the killers chasing them? Or will they vanish without a trace in this storm of death? If you love dark adventures, dangerous worlds, and non-stop survival thrills, this is something you can't miss. The series is One Piece Season 2, streaming on Netflix. What if a song could awaken a deadly queen who's been asleep for centuries, and once she rises, no one is safe? The story follows a ruthless creature who, driven by ancient grudges, reinvents himself as a global rock star, stepping into the spotlight like never before. As his dark musical tour spreads across the world, so do the secrets of his terrifying past. But the real nightmare begins when his music does something unthinkable. It awakens an ancient queen of death from her long slumber. Now unleashed, she's not just hunting humans, she's turning on her own kind, wiping out every vampire in her path. What started as fame has now become a global bloodbath. Can this rock star stop the chaos he unknowingly created? Or will his rise to fame doom the entire world? If you're into dark fantasy, powerful vampires, and chilling suspense, this is a season you definitely don't want to miss. The series is Interview with the Vampire Season 3, coming soon on AMC+. What if an orphaned child suddenly discovers he's the only heir to a powerful magical world? The story follows a young boy who has spent his entire life trapped in a cruel and miserable home with his relatives. But everything changes on his 11th birthday. He's invited to a mysterious school of magic, a place filled with wonder, secrets, and danger. As he steps into this new world, he realizes something terrifying. A dark force, the same one that destroyed his family years ago, is still out there. And now it's coming for him. With the help of his new friends, he must uncover the truth behind a powerful magical stone, one that could stop this evil forever. Can this young boy stand against a force that once destroyed everything he loved? Or will that darkness rise again and consume the entire magical world? If you love dark magic, hidden secrets, and epic adventure, this upcoming series is something you can't miss. The series is Harry Potter, coming soon as an HBO original on Max. What if stopping the end of the world requires an angel and a demon to join forces one last time? The story follows two former allies who have gone their separate ways. One now holds power in heaven, while the other is left alone on earth. But everything changes when a terrifying decree comes down from above. The apocalypse has begun. To stop total destruction, the angel is forced to return to the one being he once walked away from, his old demon friend. Now with time running out, they must put aside centuries of conflict and work together to prevent the world from turning to ash. Because this time, failure means the end of everything. Can they overcome their differences and stop the apocalypse? Or is the fate of the world already sealed? If you love apocalyptic stakes, dark fantasy, and intense supernatural drama, you definitely don't want to miss this final chapter. The series is Good Omens Season 3, featuring a final 90-minute episode streaming on Prime Video.